everybody, and welcome to Mr. Pascual's music class. Today we are going to start learning how to read music notes so that we can start using our book. If you open your book, you'll see a bunch of music notes, and we really don't know how to read those yet. So that's what we're going to start focusing on today. We're going to learn how to read notes so that we can be better musicians. Okay, let's get started. Make sure you have your music whiteboard with you. And we are using this side. We are not using this side today. Only this side, the jumbo side. Okay? So make sure you have your whiteboard and your marker, and let's get started. So as you can see, our whiteboard, the side that we're looking at, has 5 lines. If we count from the bottom, count with me. So just to double check. Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, and line number 4, and line number 5. So it has 5 lines, and in between those, every 2 lines is a space. So we have space number 1 in between this line and this line. In between this line and this line, we have space number 2, space number 3, and space number 4. So we have 5 lines and 4 spaces. So grab your pen, and I'm going to tell you what these 5 lines have a name in music, and it's called the staff. So we are going to write staff at the top of our page, and that's going to be our title. So whenever you see these 5 lines of music, it's called the staff. And musicians write music on the staff. They either put notes on a line, just like that, or in a space, just like that. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Line notes and space notes. Whenever I draw a note on a line, just like this one I'm drawing right now, notice how, let me change the color real quick. Notice how the line cuts my note in half. That's how you know a note is a line note, because it gets cut in half right in the middle. And that's how you know the note is on the line. So let me do another line note. This is a different line, but it's still a line note. So these are line notes, okay? Let me get rid of those. Now, I said we are also going to talk about space notes. Give me a second. Now, space notes are different than line notes because space notes go in between 2 lines. So, this is line number 1 and line number 2. My space note is going to be in between those lines. So here's my space note, space note. It's in between this line and that line. So it's a space note. And here's another space note. These are all space notes. So that's the difference between line note and space note. Okay, it's super important to know when we're starting to read music. Let me get rid of them. Okay, so now grab your marker. I hope you weren't drawing all of that. I forgot to say, don't draw that. Now we're going to use our marker. Grab your marker, you're going to write what I write. So we want to keep track of our lines and our spaces and what number they're on. Because later on, I'm going to write some notes and I'm going to ask you, what line is it on? What space is it on? And you have to know. So let's start with lines. And we're going to number our lines on the left side. This is going to be line number 1. And notice how my number 1, got cut in half because it's a line number. Just like a line note. Watch. Just like a line note gets cut in half by the line, my line numbers are going to get cut in half. So let's number our lines. Line number 1, line number 2, line number 3, line number 4, and line number 5. We have 5 lines. Don't worry about drawing the note. Let me get rid of it. Okay, and on the opposite side, on the right side, we're going to number our spaces. So our space number 1 is here, and go ahead and number all the spaces. Number 2, space number 3, and space number 4. Okay. So now you can put your close your marker. You don't have to draw the next part. I'm going to draw different notes, line notes and space notes. And you have to tell me what line is it on or what space it's on. So for example, I'm going to draw a note right here. And your answer would be line 1. Because it's on a line. And what line is it on? It's on line number 1. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to do line notes or space notes. So pay attention. And here we go. Where is this note? It's in space 1. Where is this note? It's in space 2. Good job. Where is this note? It's on line 5. Good job. Where is this note? It's on line 3. Where is this note? Space 4. Good job. And where is this note? We'll do 2 more. Where's this note? Space 2. Good job. And our last one, I'll put it here. Where is this note? Line 4. Great job. Okay, so let me erase those. And let's just quickly review everything that we talked about so far. We talked about the staff, which is the 5 lines that musicians write music on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. And how many spaces does it have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So the staff is made with 5 lines and 4 spaces in between those lines. That's what the staff is. We also talked about line notes and space notes. So a line note goes directly onto the line. And how do we know it's a line note? Because it gets cut in half by the line, right? So that's how you know it's a line note. And this note that I just drew was on line 1. And we also talked about space notes. Space notes go in between 2 lines. So let me draw a space note over here. Now, space notes do not get cut in half by the line. They go in between 2 lines, correct? And that's what makes them space notes. So we have some new music vocabulary that we learned today. Keep that in your brains, and we're going to be using this information for reading music notes. Okay, so we talked about the staff, line notes, and space notes. This was only part 1 of learning how to read music. The next part is specific to your instrument. So if you play violin, you're going to watch the violin video. If you play viola, you're going to watch the viola video. And if you play cello, you're going to watch the cello video. okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Have a nice day.